Hyundai Steel unveils U.S. factory plan, shares skid. South Korea's Hyundai Steel, a key player in the country's steel industry, has revealed plans to invest $5.8 billion in collaboration with Hyundai Motor Group to build a massive steel plant in the U.S. state of Louisiana. The new facility is set to have an annual capacity of 2.7 million tons, which will serve the growing demand for automotive steel and other essential materials in the U.S. manufacturing industry. This announcement was made in a regulatory filing on Tuesday, marking a significant step for Hyundai Steel as it seeks to strengthen its position in the North American market. Shares' initial spike and subsequent drop. Initially, Hyundai Steel shares surged by more than 5% following the announcement of the new U.S. factory. However, the stock soon reversed its gains and ended the day 7% lower. The dramatic shift occurred after U.S. President Donald Trump praised the company's decision to invest in the United States, signaling both economic cooperation and the potential benefits of the project. Despite the initial excitement, the drop in Hyundai Steel's shares reflects the concerns investors have about the long-term implications of the project, as well as broader uncertainties regarding U.S. trade policies under President Trump, part of a larger plan by Hyundai Motor Group. The proposed steel plant in Louisiana is part of Hyundai Motor Group's broader $21 billion investment plan in the United States. This initiative was revealed during a meeting at the White House on Monday, with South Korean Chairman Yoon Suk-yeol and President Trump in attendance. Hyundai's push to build this steel plant reflects the company's desire to gain a foothold in the U.S. steel market and to shield itself from potential U.S. tariffs on steel and automotive imports. Despite the move, it remains uncertain whether the investment will lead to any exemptions from U.S. tariffs, especially as Trump has threatened to impose reciprocal tariffs on countries with large trade surpluses with the United States. South Korea, in particular, could be a target due to its significant trade surplus with the U.S. in both steel and automobile exports, U.S. tariffs, and Hyundai's strategy. The U.S. tariffs on steel and aluminum imposed under Trump's administration have deeply impacted many international automakers, including Hyundai. As a result, Hyundai is keen to find ways to reduce its exposure to these tariffs. The construction of the U.S. steel plant is one way to ensure the company can produce automotive steel locally and avoid hefty import tariffs. However, whether this move will be sufficient to secure exemptions for Hyundai and South Korea from U.S. tariffs is still an open question. The looming threat of tariffs on South Korean exports, particularly automotive steel, has spurred the company to act quickly and decisively. Impact on Hyundai Motor and Kia Corp. The Hyundai Steel investment has positively impacted the stock prices of its affiliate companies, Hyundai Motor and Kia Corp. Hyundai Motor shares saw a significant rally, climbing 3.3% after initially rising as much as 7.5%, reaching their highest levels since October 2024. Similarly, Kia shares closed to 0.1% higher. This indicates strong market confidence in the long-term benefits of the steel plant, particularly since the U.S. steel facility will supply materials to Hyundai and Kia's U.S. plants. Hyundai Motor and Kia are expected to source the automotive steel produced at the new Louisiana plant for their vehicle manufacturing operations in the U.S., which will help streamline their supply chains and reduce production costs. Concerns about Hyundai Steel's financial health and execution risks. Despite the optimistic stock movement for Hyundai Motor and Kia, analysts have raised several concerns about Hyundai Steel's ability to fund the construction of the plant. The company is currently carrying billions of dollars in debt, which raises questions about how it plans to finance such a massive investment. Analysts also point to the execution risks associated with the new plant's use of electric arc furnaces to produce automotive-grade steel. This new technology, which is expected to lower emissions and improve production efficiency, has raised concerns about how effectively Hyundai Steel can implement it at such a large scale. It is not clear whether the investment will benefit Hyundai Steel in the future, said Lee Tae-hwan, an analyst at Daishin Securities, reflecting market skepticism regarding the long-term value of the project. Hyundai Steel's financing and support from parent company. Hyundai Steel has clarified that it will cover half of the $5.8 billion investment, with the remainder being provided by its parent company, Hyundai Motor Group, and other investors. This financial structure reflects the parent group's commitment to the project, but it also underscores the scale of the investment required to bring the factory to fruition. The new plant is expected to be constructed between 2026 and 2029 and will focus on producing high-quality automotive steel for use by Hyundai and Kia. While the financial backing from the parent company is reassuring, there are still concerns about the potential risks involved with such a large-scale investment in a highly competitive and capital-intensive industry like steel manufacturing. Hyundai Steel's history and role in the global steel market. Hyundai Steel was established in 1953 under the name Hyundai Integrated Steel Works, marking the beginning of what would become one of South Korea's most important steel manufacturers. The company is part of the larger Hyundai Motor Group, which also includes major automotive brands such as Hyundai and Kia. Over the years, Hyundai Steel has grown to become a global leader in steel production, supplying a wide range of products, including hot-rolled, cold-rolled, and galvanized steel. In particular, the company has made significant inroads in the automotive steel market, providing high-strength steel for the automotive industry. Hyundai Steel has invested heavily in research and development, leading to the development of advanced steel products that meet the growing demands of industries like automotive, construction, and shipbuilding. Today, Hyundai Steel operates multiple plants in South Korea, China, and India, and it has expanded its global footprint to supply customers around the world. Environmental considerations and future growth. Hyundai Steel's investment in electric arc furnace technology is part of its broader push towards sustainability. Electric arc furnaces, which are powered by electricity rather than traditional coke and blast furnaces, are considered more environmentally friendly because they produce fewer carbon emissions. The company is keen to position itself as a leader in environmentally conscious steel production, which aligns with global trends towards sustainability and green manufacturing. The new U.S. steel plant will also feature advanced technologies designed to enhance production efficiency and reduce the environmental impact of steel manufacturing. Challenges facing Hyundai Steel in the U.S. market. Entering the U.S. steel market presents significant challenges for Hyundai Steel, given the highly competitive nature of the industry and the volatile global steel market. Steel prices are heavily influenced by global supply and demand dynamics, as well as by changes in tariffs, trade policies, and geopolitical factors. In addition to the challenges posed by the U.S. trade environment, Hyundai Steel must also contend with established players in the U.S. market, including U.S. Steel, Corp, and ArcelorMittal. To succeed, the company will need to offer products that are both competitively priced and of high quality, which will be key to winning over customers in the U.S. looking ahead. A high-stakes investment for Hyundai. The success of Hyundai Steel's proposed U.S. factory will depend on several factors, including the ability to secure the necessary financing, manage the risks associated with new technologies, and navigate the challenges of the U.S. trade environment. Hyundai's decision to build a steel plant in Louisiana represents a bold move to strengthen its position in the North American market and shield itself from trade uncertainties. However, whether the project ultimately proves successful remains to be seen, and the coming years will likely reveal whether the massive investment in the U.S. steel plant will deliver the returns Hyundai anticipates.